Once, deep inside a forest surrounded by tall trees and singing birds, a sad young man walked up to an old wise saint. His eyes were filled with tears. The saint asked gently, "Why are you crying, my son?" The young man said, "Because life is unfair. Robbers stole everything I had. My money, my bag, even my shoes. Now I have nothing. You people say everything happens for a reason, but how can losing everything be good?" The saint smiled kindly. "Let me tell you a story," he said. "Once, a terrible flood destroyed a small village. Among the victims was a poor farmer named Ravi, his wife, and his teenage son. Their house was washed away, and all their grain was gone. Ravi shouted in anger, "We've lost everything! How can this be good?" But his son said calmly, "Father, maybe this happened for a reason. Maybe something better will come." Ravi grew angry. "You call this good? We have no food, no shelter. Leave me alone with your foolish hope." Hurt, the boy walked away in tears. That night, a rescue boat arrived to save the villagers. One man said, "You're lucky you stayed near the riverbank." Others were swept away. Ravi was grateful but still sad. "We survived, yes, but we have nothing left." His wife comforted him. "We lost our home, not our courage. I'll work in nearby houses. You'll find work too. We'll rebuild our life." The next day, Ravi went to the city in search of work, but no one hired him. He returned hopeless, sat under a tree, and whispered, "Why? God, why me?" That's when he met a saint on the road. The saint said, "My child, do not curse the storm. Sometimes storms clear your path." Ravi frowned. "Clear my path? I've lost everything, even my son." The saint smiled. "Trust time. Answers come later." Ravi didn't understand but bowed politely and left. Days passed. Ravi found work at a rich merchant's house. The merchant was kind and gave him a small home nearby. One night, someone knocked at his door. When Ravi opened it, his eyes filled with tears. It was his son. "Father," the boy said, "I searched everywhere for you. After I left, I worked in the city, started a small tea stall, and saved enough to bring us a new life." Ravi hugged him tightly, whispering, "Now I understand. Everything happens for a reason." The saint finished his story. The young man wiped his tears but asked, "That's a nice story, but how does it help me? My things are gone." The saint smiled again and reached into his bag. He pulled out a shining stone and said, "I found this on the path where you cried. It belongs to you." The young man's eyes widened. It was a rare gem, more valuable than everything he'd lost. He whispered, "If my things hadn't been stolen, I'd never have met you. I'd never have found this." The saint nodded. "See, sometimes losing everything is just life's way of making space for something better. No matter how bad things look today, time will show their purpose. Don't lose hope, because even the darkest storm can lead to a brighter morning."